A coworker I barely know left a resignation letter on my desk this morning, and it was addressed to me. I work in a mid-sized insurance company on the third floor of an office building that was built in the late 70s. I have been at this job for 5 months. I sit in a corner desk near the emergency exit. It is not a good desk. The overhead light flickers. The heating vent above me makes a ticking noise that facilities has looked at twice and called normal. But the rent in this city is what it is, and the job pays decently. So I show up and I sit at the desk, and I do my work. This morning I arrived at 8:15 like I always do. There was a sealed envelope on my keyboard. White, standard letter size. My first and last name written on the front in blue ballpoint. No department, no company header, just my name. I opened it. Inside was a single typed page. I am going to reproduce it here as closely as I can because I have read it enough times now to know most of it from memory, and the letter is sitting in my lap as I type this. This is not a formal resignation letter, even though I am resigning today. This letter is for you. I am sorry I did not write it sooner. I have worked in this building for 4 years. In that time, I have watched 3 people sit at the desk you are sitting at now. I am in a different department on a different floor, but I pass your corner every morning on my way to the stairwell, and I have learned to watch that desk the way you watch a trap you cannot disarm. The first person lasted 8 months. The second lasted 5. The third lasted 11 weeks. By the time you read this, I will be gone. I cleared my desk last night after everyone left. I cannot be in this building anymore. I cannot walk past your corner one more time and say nothing. So I am saying it now, and then I am leaving. The lights above your desk will flicker. They already do. You have already mentioned it to someone. I know because everyone who sits there mentions it within the first 2 months. You will start losing small pieces of time. Nothing dramatic. You will look at your computer clock and 20 minutes will have passed that you cannot account for. You will assume you were focused on work and lost track. You were not focused on work. You were gone, not asleep, not distracted, gone. The gap will feel like nothing because you will not have any memory of it. It will just be 20 minutes later than it should be, and you will blink and move on. This has probably already started. Check your sent emails. Look for gaps between timestamps. You will find windows where you apparently did nothing for 15 or 20 minutes in the middle of a workday. No sent emails, no saved documents, no browser history, nothing. You were at your desk. Your badge did not log you leaving the floor. But for those minutes, you were not there. Then the dreams start. I am not going to describe them because the last person I tried to warn did not take me seriously until the dreams began. And then she could not stop talking about what she saw in them. On talking about them is what made it faster. Do not describe them to anyone. Not a friend, not a therapist, not online. The dreams are how it maps you. When you talk about them, you're giving it a signal to follow. Keep them to yourself. I know that is difficult advice. When the dreams start, you will want very badly to tell someone. That urge is not yours. That urge is part of it. I do not know what it is. I have spent 3 years trying to find out. The building was constructed in 1978. Before that, there was a smaller office building on the same lot. Before that, there was a house. I could not find records on the house. The county office said the records for that parcel were damaged in a basement flood in 1991. I do not believe that. I believe someone removed them. The desk you are sitting at is positioned in the corner of the building that corresponds to a specific room in the original house. I do not know what happened in that room. I only know that whatever happened left something in that spot. Not in the building, in the ground, beneath the foundation, in the dirt, under the concrete, under the carpet, under your chair. It is below you right now. It has always been below that desk. The building was built on top of it. I do not think the builders knew. I think it was already waiting when they poured the foundation. The 3 people before you all left the company. The first one quit and moved out of state. I found her on social media. She does not remember working here. She does not remember the desk. She does not remember the dreams. She has a 2-year gap in her resume that she cannot explain, and she has posted about it publicly, and she seems confused by it in a way that does not look like someone who simply forgot a job. The second one was terminated for performance issues. He started falling asleep at his desk every day, multiple times. He could not stop. He told HR he was not sleeping at night. They suggested medical leave. He refused. He said he was afraid to sleep at home because the dreams followed him there and he felt safer sleeping at the desk. He said that out loud to his manager. They let him go the next week. I saw him in the parking lot on his last day. He was sitting in his car staring at the building. He sat there for 4 hours. I watched from the window. He did not start the engine. He just sat and stared. Then he drove away, and I never saw him again. The third person is still in the building. You know her. She works on the 4th floor. She has dark circles under her eyes that never go away. She has worked here for 2 years since transferring from your desk. She asked to be moved. She did not explain why. They gave her a different desk on a different floor. The dream stopped when she moved, but she does not sleep fully anymore. Not ever. She told me once in the stairwell that she figured something out about the dreams. She said if you keep one eye open, you do not go all the way under. You stay on the surface. It cannot reach you on the surface, only in the deep. She has not closed both eyes at the same time in 2 years. She sleeps with one eye open every single night. She is exhausted permanently, but she is still herself. That is more than I can say for the first 2. I am not brave enough to stay. I am not brave enough to sleep with one eye open for the rest of my career. I am barely brave enough to write this letter. If you want to talk to someone who understands what is happening to you, find the woman on the 4th floor. You will know which one she is. She looks like she has not slept since the day she was born. She will not want to talk, but she will. She has been waiting for someone else to sit at that desk, so she is not alone with what she knows. I'm sorry. I should have said something on your first day. I was afraid that saying it out loud would make it notice me. I am on a different floor, different corner. It has never reached me. I want to keep it that way. That is the truth of why I waited. I was protecting myself. I am not proud of it. Please do not try to find me after today. There is no signature. I read the letter 3 times at my desk. Then I did the first thing it told me to do. I checked my sent emails. I went back through 5 months of timestamps. There are gaps, 14 of them. Windows of 10 to 25 minutes where my sent folder is empty, my browser history is blank, and my badge shows no movement. I was at my desk. I was logged in. But I was not doing anything that left a trace. I did not notice any of them until today. I went to HR at 9 a.m. I asked about the person who left the letter. They confirmed the coworker resigned effective immediately. No notice, no reason provided. Desk already cleared. Badge returned. Gone. I asked about the previous people who sat at my desk. HR said they could not share personnel details. I asked if the desk had high turnover. The woman behind the counter paused and said, "Some desks just do not work for people," and looked away. I went to the 4th floor during lunch. I walked the entire floor slowly. I found her in a cubicle near the far wall. I knew it was her before I saw her face because the woman sitting next to her was leaning away slightly. Not consciously, just a few inches of extra space. The way your body moves away from something without telling your brain why.
She looked exactly like the letter described. Dark circles carved deep beneath her eyes, not the kind you get from one bad night of sleep, the kind that settle into a person after years of exhaustion, like her body had forgotten what rest even felt like. And her left eye, it was slightly more open than the right, not enough for most people to notice. But once you saw it, you couldn't stop seeing it. I sat across from her slowly. "I work on the 3rd floor," I said quietly. "Corner desk, near the emergency exit." She didn't react, didn't even blink. She just closed the folder in her hands and stared at me for a long moment. Then finally, "How long?" 5 months. A pause. "Have the dreams started yet?" "No, they will." Her voice was calm, too calm, probably within the next few weeks. Another silence. Then, "How often do you lose time?" I told her about the 14 gaps, the missing moments, the blank spaces in my memory. She nodded, like I just told her tomorrow's weather forecast. "When the dreams begin," she said, "do not describe them to anyone." Her eyes stayed locked on mine. "Not out loud, not in writing, not even inside your own head if you can help it." I felt my stomach tighten. The more shape you give them, the more real they become. She leaned back slightly, and the easier it is for it to keep you there. I swallowed hard. "What is it?" For the first time, she hesitated. "I don't know." Her voice dropped lower. "But I know it's under the building." A long pause. "I know it's under that corner specifically." The fluorescent light above us buzzed softly. "I know it reaches you through the desk, through the chair, through the floor." Another pause. "I know it wants you asleep." The room suddenly felt colder. "And the dreams," she whispered, "are not dreams." I said nothing. "They're a place." Her uneven eyes stared straight through me now. "And if you go too deep into that place," she stopped, then quietly finished, "you don't come back the same." I asked her about the one-eye trick. For the first time, something almost resembling a smile crossed her face. Not a real smile. More like she remembered what smiling used to feel like. "It works," she said softly. "I don't know why, but if I sleep with one eye slightly open, I stay near the surface." Her fingers tightened around the folder. "I can feel it pulling me." The light flickered once, but it can't fully grab me. Another flicker. "It needs both eyes closed." Her voice was barely above a whisper now. Complete darkness, complete surrender. She leaned forward slightly. "If any part of you is still watching." A long silence. "It can't take you under." I looked at her carefully. "Are you okay?" For the first time, she looked tired beyond words. That one eye slightly wider than the other. That same terrible imbalance. "I haven't been okay in 2 years." A pause. "But I'm still me." Another pause. "That's enough. I'm back at my desk now." It's 4 p.m. The light above me has flickered 6 times since I sat down. I counted every single one. I've been counting everything today. Minute, flickers, gaps. I still don't know if I believe any of this. Part of me thinks the letter came from someone mentally ill, someone who became obsessed with a desk in the corner and built an entire mythology around coincidence. But another part of me can't stop thinking about the 14 missing gaps in my work history. 14 moments completely erased from my memory. That feels like a lot of emptiness for someone who supposedly never blacked out. And the woman on the 4th floor, she's real. Her exhaustion is real. And the way she spoke, it didn't sound like delusion. It sounded rehearsed, like survival instructions from someone who has spent years surviving. I'm posting this because I need someone outside this building to know what the letter said. I need proof that this existed somewhere beyond these walls. The light above me just flickered again. I'm watching it now. I'm watching everything now.